Hey everybody, welcome back to Chrissy's channel. For anybody that is new, I'm Kristen Alicia. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I want to do something a little different. I've never done anything like this on my channel. I always kind of wanted to do something like this on my channel, but maybe I didn't really have the confidence to do it, or I just would forget, or I just really just I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't really know exactly what to say. That's what I mean by I didn't really have the confidence to do this video. And yeah, so I'm going to get right into this video. So I didn't write anything down. Everything that I'm going to say is going to be what comes to my head. Um, so yeah, I say the number one thing is really to just tell yourself positive things. Like, stop saying negative things. And honestly, that was very hard for me to do because growing up, I've been through so many things, just things that traumatized me, things that really like affected me, and just people that told me a lot of negative things, and just constantly would just give me negative, just just tell me negative things and just make me believe it and just make me feel very negative, and just honestly I felt ugly. I just felt like I just didn't know my worth. I just felt so terrible. And it's because as a child and growing up, I lived in a house with someone that just would say some terrible things about me. And I just never understood why, you know. Also, in school, like if y'all watch my video about me being bullied and had to fight, defend myself or whatever, I always was very defensive because of things that I've been through and things that happened to me in the past. Like in middle school, elementary school, middle school, I was talked about. Not even, it's just so weird. Like my mother would be like, "You look cute," and it's so weird. Like boys will always compliment me, tell me I'm cute, all that, but then I would hear, but then girls would be like, "Oh, she ugly," or when she trying to impress boys, she trying to do this and that to get boys. Like she's sticking her butt out. Look at how she walks. She walks so funny. I used to be very, very, just, I used to be very like insecure about the way I walk because I just think, because I'm pigeon toed, I feel like, and I don't know, just the way my body is. I don't know. I feel like that's the word, like pigeon toed. I just never really liked the way I walked when I was younger. Now I don't care. I feel like I do walk a little different, but I really don't care. I walk the way I want. I'm 20 years old. I do not care. But when I was in elementary school, middle school, I really cared. I didn't want to be walking the way I walked or how people said I walked, with my butt sticking out, or, my legs just, walking like pigeon toed with my feet going in or whatever, legs, whatever. And I was bow legged as a child. Well, when I was a baby, my bad. As a toddler, growing up, 1 year old, 2 years old, I was bow legged. And yeah, so, as I got older, pigeon toed. But I just wouldn't like, people would always talk about me and the way I walk. And I just would be so sad, and I would try to change myself. I would practice all the time how to walk differently and just do things to impress other people. And I just, as I got older, I realized I don't need to beat myself down. I still look good. I would tell myself as I got older. But when I was a child, I would try my best to just figure out and study how I walk and just figure out what people are seeing that I didn't see. And it would bother me a lot. Um, it's a lot of other things that I just was very insecure about. But I just was talked about badly. People would say you ugly, You look like a duck, you look like a mouse. People would just call me names, and it just would be so, like, I don't know, it would really, really did affect me. When I got to middle school, oh, no, 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 I'm still, even elementary, all right, so I'm still talking about elementary school. When I was in the 4th and 5th grade, girls would be like, you think you all that? Like, in 4th, 5th grade, this was back in 2008, 7 and 8 and 9, probably like 2007 and 8. People was telling me, well, kids, oh, you think you all that? Like, and I just, first, honestly, back then, I didn't even know what that meant for real. When I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, I didn't even know what that meant for real. I was like, no, like, I don't think I'm all that. Like, I didn't know what that meant. And I told my mother, and I think I told my mother, and I'm pretty sure she was like, you are all that. You are all that. That mean that you cute, you all that in a bag of chips, like you look good. And so I didn't really know. And I would feel bad, like when somebody said something very negative about me, and I would tell my mother, I would feel so angry at myself, and I would cry. I would be so mad at myself for just allowing somebody to talk about me like that, or just say something very just mean, or just, something smart, and I just wouldn't do anything about it. It would really make me feel very weak, and I would just be so angry with myself, and I just would just beat myself down. My mother would be like, stop having these pity parties, and it's all because of what people would say about me, and that's why I had pity parties. And when I got to middle school, I started having boys like that had a crush on me, and thinking I was cute and all that, but I still would have girls just whispering, just talking about me behind my back. And I'm not saying I was friends with them, because I always been the type of person where I always just really been on my own. I might have had people that I would just sit with for lunch, hang with, and just be cool with, just a lot of associates for real. But I've never had nobody that I could say I was real, real, real close with. I had a girl best friend named Taylor back in elementary school and in middle school, but the things that happened to me, or well, my issues and things that was going on with me, I never had nobody to defend me, have my back like that, or just stand up for me. And I mean, I'm not saying that's what I wanted, because I can do that on my own. Even at 10 years old, 11 years old, I was standing up for myself, defending myself, because that's what my mother told me to do, and that's just what I had to do, That's just what I had to do for real, because, them kids, they'll laugh at you. They don't care how they're affecting you, bullying you, how sad you are. They will keep going. They will keep on to impress other people. They don't care. That's why a lot of kids kill themselves and just commit suicide, because they don't have anybody they're not strong enough, or they don't have anybody to support them. But they also, they let it get to them. They let the negative things that was done to them or said to them just get the best of them. Just they don't have nobody, really to support them and all of that, and they just give up. And it's been so many times, and it really, really makes me sad and kind of hurts me to think about that. Just think about the fact that I would want to hurt myself. With me, I don't know what it was. Like, I just would be saying stuff like, I hate myself. I wish my life, just want to hurt myself, blah, blah, blah. But that's because of what people would say to me, and it would bother me. And I'm the type where I would go off, defend myself, or try to stay strong and show people that I was strong. But really, I was hurt. And, I would go to my house, and my mother would be like, why are you crying and beating yourself up? I would constantly just cry, just feel so bad for myself, for real. And, it's sad just thinking about it. And I, had to just defend myself many times. And also, like, I remember, like, it's just boys and girls, honestly. Even though I had boys that was complimenting me, saying you look cute, it was still some boys that would talk about me or whatever, and just say like, look like this, look like a mouse, look like that, all that. But I would still tell myself, Kristen, you are beautiful. You are the baddest. Like, I would tell myself I'm the baddest girl. Like, I would tell myself I'm the most beautiful girl. Even in 8th grade, this little boy, he was like, girl, you so ugly. You think you're the most beautiful girl in the world, but you not. And I remember when he said that, and I just would tell myself, like, I am. I am. Okay, and, yup, the most beautiful girl. And I remember in 8th grade, all these girls and people that would talk about me, they ended up trying to be friends with me. And when I graduated, them boys ended up trying to talk to me, and they was just talking bad about me in school because they liked me. You know, little boys do that, talk about the girl, you know, badly, but really like that girl when you in middle school and elementary school. It's weird. And maybe even in high school, shoot. But, you know, my mother, and I keep bringing her up because I can say that she really did, you know, help me stay strong and confident. And, you know, and she would tell me to not have pity parties and, you know, speak positive and good things about yourself, about myself, you know, like. And I also was in this modeling and etiquette class, and I think that that's very helpful. Like my etiquette, well, see, it was a modeling etiquette class, but we would talk about different issues going on. And it was a lady named Adrienne Watson Carver from Studio A, and I danced there, modeled there, all of that. But she would tell us when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think I stopped at 14, you know, tell me, look, well, like, she would tell us girls, we have to be confident, you know, say you're beautiful, look in the mirror, you are beautiful, what do you see? And, you know, you see her. I remember one time, it was something she said, she told us to say. It was like, when I look in the mirror, I like what I see. I see my reflection smiling back at me. And when you look in the mirror, what do you see? You see a leader in the making. I think that's what she said. And it's so weird how I still remember that, because that was like 11, 8, well, whatever, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 60 years ago, whatever. You know, well, I think I stopped when I was like, I think in 2011 I stopped doing that, or 12. But basically, you know, we would say all of that. And, you know, and I think that really did help me. You know, even though I still would let little things bother me, because I was still in elementary and middle school and all of that. And, you know, as a child, you know, things can easily affect you if you're constantly being told that you're ugly, or you know, anything that's negative being constantly said to you, or, you know, you're going to start to believe what they're saying or whatever like that. And I just really like how she would encourage us, and just, even though, you know, and just have confidence, because confidence is very important. Like I told y'all about how I feel like why some people commit suicide, because they don't have support, and they just don't realize how important it is to have confidence and you know, prove people wrong about what they said about you. Also, another thing I could say about confidence, I honestly didn't even mean to share my stories like that, but I mean, I meant to just go through a little list of self-confidence and ways to have self-confidence. But whatever. I think another way is by me being older. I mean, even in middle school, elementary, try to look good. And I'm not saying you have to impress anybody, but this is just for yourself. You shouldn't want to look a hot mess. And I'm just saying that for real. Like, I know there's some people that just really don't care about how they look. And that's just not me. I'm not saying impress anybody. But if you just going to walk out the house with your hair looking like this, like, I mean, it's like, what do you expect people to think about you? You know, if you don't, they might feel like you don't love yourself, honestly. And I might think that if you walking out looking crazy for real. Like, that's why I really do focus so much on my looks, because it's just like, I just really, you know, I don't want, you want to show people that you love yourself. And especially by me being a female, you know, like, you want to take care of yourself for real. You know, the way you look. You don't want to be looking crazy for real. I mean, and you know, like, you shouldn't want to not have your hair done. Not, you know, it shows that you don't really care that much about yourself for real. You know, you want to have love for yourself and be confident, but you don't want to walk out the house not brushing your teeth, not fixing your hair, not washing your face, not moisturizing your skin. It's your skin peeling. Like, how you gonna have confidence like that? And I mean, some people might still have confidence, but people won't really see that, honestly. And I mean, how can you look at yourself and just say, "Oh, I'm beautiful," but you don't care about how you look, how you present yourself? That's like if I go to class every day wearing the same clothes, or I stink, or I don't wash up, or don't clean my clothes. Like, what people gonna think of you? They're gonna think that you don't have no respect for yourself for real. Okay, so this is not real. What I'm gonna say next is not really. It's not really the same thing. This is like something different. But in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that when I was in the house, when I was living with someone that was constantly saying negative things about me. Now, on my very first video that I made of this channel, I talked about that. It's the introduction to my channel, and I also had a little story time. And if you listen to that story time, I explained everything about the person I was living with or whatever. And basically, like, he's an older man, like in his 50s, late 50s, and you know, he would just be saying very negative things about me, and just saying, you ugly, you a thot, well, not even thot, you a hoe, you a whore. Oh, why you talking to these boys? I'll be 13, 14 years old, and I would have little crushes and boys that I was friends with, or a boy that I liked and would hang out with. Like, I remember this boy I used to talk to when I was 14. I used to hang out with him, go to his house. And and a man, he would say some very bad things about me, like, oh, you went over there I bet you had fun. You was over there, you know, doing some nasty stuff. Or just, you know, and he'll just say stuff like that all the time. You a whore, you a skank. I remember when I first heard that, I didn't even know what that meant. I remember that man said that to me when I was 13 years old. I did not even know what that meant. You a skank. Or just say stuff like, oh yeah, go ahead and suck some dick or something. You know, like, just stuff like that, negative stuff. How can a child really, have self-respect if somebody is constantly telling them nasty or bad things about it, you know, about them? And I had to realize as I got older, like, when I say older, I mean 14, 15, 16, really, like 16, 17, you know, I realized, like, he's wrong. And, you know, I would defend myself all the time. I'm the type of person where I might be hurt, but I'm not going to I'm trying my best not to let people get away with doing things to me that I felt was wrong. So, and I feel like having self-respect, you have to let people know You know, you have to show people and let people know that they're not going to disrespect you. You have to stand up for yourself when people ain't doing it. You have to have your own back. You know, you can't just trust a friend or somebody to just be there for you and have your own back when somebody is when other people are knocking you down, beating you down, talking about you. You know, it's good to have a loyal person there to help you, but you have to be confident and you have to help yourself. You know, and you know it's crazy, but you have to help yourself. Like, you have to have your own back. And honestly, like, when I was in middle school and high school, I felt like I had to fight. You know, because it really depends on exactly like where you from too and what school you go to. Because some schools don't have no control over the children that goes to the schools. I'm from Baltimore City, and every Baltimore City school, even Baltimore County, it doesn't matter. You know, the schools, the teachers are not that great. You know, they're not that good. They don't know how to control a class, especially if it's kids in Baltimore that just don't have no respect for adults and just teachers and stuff. I've been to schools where, well, I've been to high schools, and just two high schools, or just been in different classrooms with different teachers where they didn't know how to control the class. Like, I remember in 10th grade, this girl, she threw a pencil at the teacher. The teacher ain't do nothing. The teacher just kept teaching. And that's crazy, but it's like, that's just what was going on. And if they can do that to the teachers, you know, they'll do that to me, and the teacher won't do anything about it. So you have to stand up for yourself. And it's sad, and that's how a lot of boys end up. You know, I've heard situations where people got stabbed, killed, and it's sad. It's very sad. And that's why I would pray all the time. Even when I was in middle school and high school, you know, I would pray or whatever. But sometimes you have to fight. Well, I felt like I had to. Shoot, I felt like I had to fight. I mean, now that I'm 20 years old and we go to college, you can't do that stuff. You will get locked up, or they'll put you out, expel you, all that. I mean, people in high school and stuff get expelled, but you know, you get away with it, you know, more being in elementary, middle school, high school fighting. You know, once you graduate from high school, you are an adult and you can't do any of that. You know, and it's not, I'm not saying that that's going, when you graduate from middle school and high school, everything gonna change, because that's what I thought. You know, I thought college was gonna be different from high school. I thought a lot of things would be different once I get out of high school. You know, I'm like, I'm an adult, I'm 18, I'm an adult, things gonna be different. No, not necessarily. Everything is not really different when you go to college. Especially, it really depends on what college you go to too, especially if you go to HBCU. I'm sorry to put it like that, but you know, if you go to HBCU, and I mean, for me, in Baltimore and at most of my schools, you know, the majority is black, you know. And if you're coming straight out of high school, especially if you go to a college that's near your high school, you're going to have them same people, and you're going to have, like, especially, you know, if you go to HBCU or whatever, or somewhere that's near your high school, or near, you know, in the same state, you're going to find people that went there to your old schools, or just the same group of people, you know, black people. And, you know, black people can be, you know, very, very rough at times, you know, very, you know, rude. And, you know, I mean, white people too, but all I've been around really is black people. So I can't really say things about white people. I know white people can be racist, blah, blah, blah. But if you are, you know, anywhere you go, whether you are black and white, I feel like you have to stand up for yourself. And you will have people that still test you and try you even when you're an adult. And, you know, I learned that. I thought that college was going to be different, even though I knew I was going to HBCU and in the same state as my high school and all that, and where I'm from. I still thought that since we're in college, people are way more mature. Even though I was only a freshman coming out of high school, I still thought people was going to be mature and just, you know, no drama. But no, you still got immature people, childish people. You know, it ain't even that different. And, you know, I'm about to be 21 in May. And it's people that's my age that's still just immature and just do stupid stuff for real. You know, so you have to still stand up for yourself and have self-confidence. Also, another thing, I'm about to go into a lot of things about self-confidence, because self-confidence can be a lot of things. Having self-confidence, you know, mean you don't just settle for anything and anybody. You know, like, this goes for friendship, this goes for boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, now, with the friendship, now, you don't want to be friends with people that just act like they don't really care that much about you, or just do little things. Y'all already know what a fake friend is. Y'all already know people that don't, you could see it, you could tell they don't really care that much about being your friend, or just like just little things, and just, I don't know, like, some people might not even notice that they're not being a good friend. It's just that I can't deal with certain stuff. I can't put up with certain stuff. That's just how I am. I know that they just doing stuff behind my back. Like, especially if you're in a group of, like, groups of friends, it's easy for things like that to happen. Well, easy to be friends with somebody fake, because in groups, you know, people hang out without letting the other person know, or people just do and say stuff behind another person's back and then go run to somebody else to go say some stuff, you know. But even if you have one friend, that one friend could be friends with your enemy. That one friend could be going behind your back, telling all your business, all that. You don't want to be friends with somebody like that. If you have self-confidence and respect, you're not gonna do anything like that for real. You're not gonna be friends with somebody that is like that, you know, because you are gonna feel weak. And honestly, that is weak to me. And somebody is still friends with somebody that's just treating them like crap. I'm not dealing with that. No. And even with a boy, especially with a boy, that's why I want to talk about the friends first. Boy, now that's something different. Hold up. Now, no, you can't put up with a lot of mess from a boy. You cannot. Like, it's so many boys, you know, around, you know, and I understand that some boys change and end up acting a little different, and they start to show you another side of them. Because I've been in situations like that where I had respect for the boy, and I thought the boy was this, like, I thought he was so nice, just patient, all that, and then 5-6 months later, he a whole nother person, you know, or a year later, he's crazy. Like, you know, and when I say crazy, you know, talking bad about you, you know, to your face, like saying, oh yeah, you a fat, you dirty, you this and that, you a B. I don't let no man call me no B. I don't care. And nowadays, people play with their boyfriend, girlfriend like that. Don't be calling me a B. I don't call you out of your name. I might say nigga, for real, which ain't that good. But don't be calling your girl no B, or your boyfriend, don't be calling him no B. Don't be calling, you know, don't allow no boy or girl to disrespect you like that, calling you out of your name. And wait a minute, even with friends, I can't let nobody just play around talking bad about me. Like, oh, I was just playing with you. Like, say something smart and then be like, oh, I'm just playing with you. Like, no, you're not playing with me. Don't say nothing mean like that. Like, oh, And then, you know, like just saying like, oh, you look a mess, or you ugly, oh, I'm just playing with you. Like, stuff like that really just really kind of will always piss me off. And I didn't have friends that would play like that or say stuff about me and it would affect me. And I really honestly didn't let them know, you know, because I didn't want the friendship to end, or I would fear that, you know, I knew that they were going to probably say they were just playing with me and that I'm the one that's just going crazy for no reason. But no, I realized that's not the right thing to do. That's not a real friend. Don't be talking about me, especially if you know how your friend is. Like me, I feel like at times I can be a little sensitive. So my friend would know not to be calling me no B, or just, I mean, if we just playing with each other, and it's different. You can tell when somebody is doing something to be smart or mean, but and then they turn around and say they just playing with you. No, I remember in high school when I had this girl best friend, and she just was talking to me very, very smart, like in a mean, just nasty tone. Watch how your friends or anybody just talk to you for real, even a boy. Like if their tone or the way they say stuff just sounds very mean, or just, you know, like they're trying to get smart. No, say something. Like, don't let it slide for real. You know, and if they say they was just playing cute, just don't play with me like that. Please. Like, let it be known. Don't let nobody just talk to you any type of way, because they will keep doing it. They will keep doing it. And that's what that's what I learned as I got older. You know, because I sometimes would allow a friend to just say something like that, and I would be hurt, but I would still be friends with the person. But then it would build up, and I would just explode, and I would just get angry and tell the person, I hate you, I don't like you, stop talking about me, like this and that, and going and talking about them too, you know, and just going off. And you don't want it to lead up and get to that point. You don't want it to get to that point. And you know, and that's what I've done, and you know, and that's not the right thing to do. And also now with the boy, constantly just being with somebody that is hitting you, like now I'm talking about abusive relationships, girl or boy. Don't let nobody hit you and just, you know, like don't do that. Don't put up with that, you know, like don't, that stuff, if they hit you once, I feel like they will hit you again. If they throw something at you, they will do it again. Don't allow that. That's not having self-respect or self-confidence. Don't allow somebody to do that to you. I just feel like that is very just wrong, just very wrong. You know, like don't do that. And that's, you know, saying stuff to you, verbal abuse, physical abuse, you know, and it all becomes emotional abuse, because, you know, you feel bad, and it's just not good. It's not. And, you know, also just like also like if the boy is cheating on you, don't put up with that, like for real. Like now, if it's somebody, yeah, you've been in a relationship with for like a year, depending on what they did, I'm not going to judge the person, or I won't say like, oh, they got low confidence or no respect for themselves by giving a boy one chance. You know, like if you give him one chance, depending on what he did. Now, if he went on and had sex with another girl, he probably gonna do that again, and I won't be able to move forward and stay with that boy. I can't. If you cheat on me and had sex with somebody, I can't do it. Now, if you was texting somebody or still talking to your ex, I'll be like I'll be angry, and we might get in an argument or whatever. But I might give you one chance, and I'll let you know how I feel. And if you do it again, that proved to me that you don't really have no respect for me, and you think you could just treat me any type of way, and I'm not going to deal with it. And I feel like you shouldn't settle and deal with a person like that, you know. And just, you know, just, you shouldn't deal with stuff like that. Now, I don't know, you know, when I'm married, I might do the same thing I said about the long relationship. But It depends on what was done. Like having sex with somebody else, hell no. I ain't doing that. I can't put up with it. Just thinking about it, just knowing that you had sex with somebody while we were together. But honestly, I just went through something recently with somebody that I was with, an ex. And, you know, he ended the relationship and I really ain't know why. But he tried to say that he wanted to get back with me next month. That is settling. I feel like I would be settling for somebody that's just not good for me if I would jump back in that relationship. I kept telling him no. Like, I'm not going to get back with you after a month. If you breaking up with me and you telling me that I want you back next month, what? That just seemed like I would be so stupid to do that. Like, for real. I'm like, no, I'm not getting back with you. Like, no. Like, if I'm not good enough for you and you telling me that, oh, next month, like, so you can do what you want right now. It's selfish. They can do what they want. And then they think they can treat you any type of way. And no, you can't let boys or girls think they can treat you any type of way. You can't. And, you know, stuff like that really would make me mad. And that's why I didn't get back with my ex. Because I just felt like, why did you end a relationship in the first place? And why are you telling me we're going to get back together next month? And I understand we young. And we was young. I mean, this happened when we was 19, 2 years ago. But my thing is, I feel like he'll do it again. You know, it's like, it's some stuff that people do. You feel like they're going to keep doing it. And if you feel like that, then you don't trust them. And you can't move forward, like, for real. And so, yeah, like, I just feel like, and also, I feel like basically, you know, having self-confidence can be a different things. You know, standing up for yourself, defending yourself, you know, telling yourself that you are just speaking positive things about yourself, like looking in the mirror and saying the opposite things that people are saying about you. You know, if somebody's saying that you are a big thot, you know, say you beautiful, you wifey material, you are all that. They want to be you, because really some people just want to be you. Some people, they talk about you, but really they want to be you, like, for real. Or they wish they had what you had. Like, some girls wish that boys would be talking to them, for real. Oh, you get all the boys. Like, girl, you think you all that? Who you think you are? Like, you know, some people, and especially girls, hate other people for that. Hate other girls for that. You know, or just, you know, if they think the other girl look better than them, you know, they'll hate and just talk about them and say they ugly, fat, this and that. You know, and, you know, don't let nobody anybody can be cut from your life. You know, if you feel like somebody is treating you wrong, don't worry. You're going to be fine. You don't need that person in your life that is negative and just being just terrible and saying some very bad stuff about you, treating you wrong, abusing you physically, mentally, anything, verbally, you know, emotionally, whatever. You know, so basically that's all I wanted to say, for real. I think I want to upload this video right after I end this video. And yeah, so thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to Chrissy's channel. Thank you, everybody.